2-Point Campus Guide. This is a guide on playing the video game 2-Point Campus. First of all, you begin by building university rooms, such as classrooms. In some cases, you might actually construct the building that the rooms will go into. Some of the maps have a building already, and they might have empty spaces where you can build a building, or you can take their building down and you can make your own building, which makes it different from 2-Point Hospital. You put your classrooms inside of the building, and of course, there are outdoor activities. We'll get to them later. After you build your initial rooms, you hire staff, such as teachers. There's also security, there's janitors, there's the admin staff, you've got medical staff, etc. Each scenario has missions or objectives that you must complete in order to advance to the next level. So your hospital has a level. So let's say, for example, there's 3 levels. You complete maybe 5 objectives in order to get to the second level, and then maybe another 5 objectives to get to the third level. These objectives might include graduating a certain number of students or forming romantic relationships. You will earn money by having students attend your university, and you get a bonus if they perform well. You need to decide the location of your classrooms, auxiliary rooms such as bathrooms, and dormitories. You'll want your classrooms and academic rooms to be centralized on campus. This includes support rooms such as bathrooms, lounges, medical facility, etc. Dormitories should be built in the outer areas of the campus because they're not going to go to the dormitory that often. And if they go there, they might stay quite a while. You know, they're going to be going to the classroom, they're going to go to the bathroom, they're going to go to the student lounge or the student union. So you want all those rooms close together. They go to the dormitory, they're just going to sleep, they're not really going to do anything. Maybe the library is going to be something where they're going to be a little bit more sitting and not doing so much. You want those buildings to be a little bit further away from the action. Outdoor activities such as athletics will be built outside. You can choose the type of courses you offer. You can specialize in a small group of different courses, or you can offer a wider variety. So you could have only clown school, only wizardry school, or you can have a little bit of everything. Yeah, have a little bit of everything. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. When you have a good mix, is your best option. The types of students that enroll in classes and attend your school will be dependent on the types of classes you offer. So if you offer clown school, then clown students will show up. You don't turn them into clowns. They already are when they show up. The number of students who can attend is determined by the maximum capacity of your classrooms and your time schedule. So a classroom might have a maximum capacity, let's say 8 students, and you have a schedule. You have a certain number of classrooms. You take their capacity and you multiply it by the number of times they're on schedule for each individual student. Your maximum capacity, obviously, is the classrooms all at maximum capacity at the same time. However, it's not always going to work that way. You're going to have a schedule because students are going to do things like go to their dormitory and go to sleep. Every school has staff. This includes teachers, janitors, security, etc. You can hire and fire staff whenever you want. Each staff member has individual salary, personal characteristics, experience, and skills. Characteristics could be they're lazy or they're hard workers. Skills could be they have the ability to teach a certain class. Experience is how much experience they have, how much time they've spent involved with teaching. You want to hire staff that has positive personal characteristics, such as workaholics, as opposed to negative characteristics, laziness. Higher skilled staff will demand higher salaries. You'll have to pay them pay raises as they improve their skills, otherwise, they become unhappy and their performance will go down. Early in the game, you need jack of all trades, staff that has a variety of skills. Later in the game, you'll want staff with specialized skills. You can assign staff to rooms based on their skills or allow the game to assign anyone to any room. So if you have a teacher that teaches the clown school, you can assign him to a certain room where he teaches that class, or you can have the game manage which teacher's in which room. Your goal is to graduate students. This will give you a positive reputation. Positive reputation means more students will come to your school and you could probably charge more money. You should keep them happy based on their individual needs. Each student requires food, sleep, socializing, etc. Happy students will perform better in their classes and are more likely to graduate. Some students have specialized needs, like they might want to sit outside or they might want a relationship with another student, and they'll become happy if you provide that for them. You'll need to generate income and keep your cash balance positive. You'll need to meet minimum requirements to keep the university operational. The requirements are going to be in the game. And if you don't meet the requirement, you could get shut down. You'll need to respond to incidences which might involve security or medical emergencies. So there might be an emergency where another student gets into a fight or something like that, and you have to respond to that, which means you're going to have to go to your security staff and tell them to go and break up the fight or whatever. The game has different campuses. You can choose to play a starting campus or unlock campuses that are more difficult. It is possible campuses might be available for purchase or as a downloaded content. You can save the game and switch between campuses. When you start a campus, you don't have to finish it. You could save it, switch, you could save it, restart, etc. You could delete all your buildings and restart, keep your people. Nice little tip. If you don't like your progress, you can restart each specific campus from scratch. Some campuses might be large and some might be small. Some might have unique aspects that are not available in other campuses. Some are urban, some are rural. Staff and students have mood, feelings, environment, skill, etc. If a staff or student becomes unhappy, it will affect their performance. Looks like you got temperature. This looks like something that would be available for like a promotion. You must provide food and drink, rest, etc. You must keep them happy with their environment, such as beauty, the beautification of the environment. You don't want litter. If you click on a character, it will show their stats and feelings, which can be used to determine their immediate needs. So you've got these little buttons across the top. You've got the mood. You've got some bars, which of course means something. Something might be comments that they make. This looks like a schedule, and that looks like statistical information. Students can join clubs you create. They can form romantic relationships with other students, and they have individual personalities that impact their work or their relationship with others in the game. So they're created randomly, their appearance and all their characteristics. In this case, you've got clubs, relationships, personality. Says that it doesn't like the sunlight. Bestows happiness on others, which is good because it will make other students happy. Not interested in assignments, which means that it doesn't like to do the schoolwork. Might have to go into the clubs or the library for a little bit of extra work. Education. Students normally attend school for 3 years to graduate. Their progress for their degree program can be viewed along with the rate at which they progress. So you see here we have scientography. It says year 1, 2, and 3, and there's a level and there's a meter. and there's a learning rate. You want the highest learning rate, in this case 96%, because that means that the student is going to learn faster and is going to make more income. You can view statistics such as tuition fees, class attendance, assignments completed, and debt for each individual student. So we've got the course fee, the debt, which is $750, the number of classes attended, classes missed, assignments failed, etc. So this student has not attended a class yet, and the total fee, the total paid already is $750. You can view or edit schedules grouped by student, teacher, or class. So in this case, I guess it's sorted by teacher, and it shows the schedule, which is the month of the year, and they're going to have a room, a time, and a date. And obviously there's a subject. And one teacher cannot teach two classes at the same time. They're going to be doing their breaks in between this time. And you're going to have teachers teaching different classes, because obviously when a student takes this class, they're only going to take the same class with the same teacher so many times. Once they've completed the class, there's no reason to take another class, because they might be taking other classes. Each character has an overview which shows his happiness, feelings, coursework, personal traits, and what he is doing. So over here you see he's got a certain happiness level. He's idle, how he's feeling. For example, they might be sick. It says over here, traits, clocks out, meaning he doesn't pay attention. This is an example of a dormitory. You can design your own dormitories. You've got a little place where they can study, got a cabinet, put the clothing in. You've got different types of decorations, and there's a panel, like a wall divider. And there's a lot of different patterns and decorations that you can use. It's not the same as 2-Point Hospital. With 2-Point Campus, there's a large selection of patterns. Students rest in a dormitory. They can have one bed, they can have many beds. It can also contain desks for students to study. They generate rental income based on the quality of the room. Each room can be customized with different colors and patterns. They have a prestige level, just like 2-Point Hospital, that impacts the environment for students and staff, and rooms can be upgraded. This is your teachers. Staff have a salary, skills, skill levels, and personality traits. You see, you got the salary, 31,000. You've got level 1. You've got a skill. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like something that has buttons on it. Maybe it's a VR thing or a chemistry tube. Really not sure. And you'll notice that there's an empty space so that this person could teach a different subject. You can hire and fire staff whenever you wish and promote them. You must have a minimum of one teacher hired in order to play the game. You can customize the outfit worn by staff or change their names. You might have students that you need to focus on or teachers that you need to focus on. So you might want to change their names so that you know by seeing their names, you can identify if it's a problem student that you need to work on. Staff have job assignments which you can review. Enable or disable for each individual staff member. So we've got pastoral care, medical office, library, student union, food and drink, club recruitment. Notice that this particular staff member is not qualified for medical office, but is qualified to work in the food and drink kiosk, the library, etc. So you can review all of this, and if you get a big campus, you could specialize them so that they only work in the library, for example. Okay, that's my guide on 2 Point Campus. I do have a forum where I will be posting more information. This guide was written in August of 2022. A long time has passed. The game hasn't been released yet. It's going to be released in 2 days, August 9th. So come back. I've got 2 Point Campus tips. I've got screenshots which show a lot about how the game is played. You see here's some of the outdoor sports. This is an urban campus. This is the culinary room. You can see they've got different foods they can make. A lecture hall with the night class. This is obviously also a lecture hall. This is music class. You got the keyboard, somebody singing. Notice that you've got culinary students. Here we have outdoor scenario, an athletic game, clowns studying. This is a medium-sized campus, another culinary, obviously another music-related. This is virtual reality. There's going to be some interesting shots in here, I think. This is virtual reality, I believe. This is a small campus. The music can be for entertainment or it can be part of the education. And you see in the other classroom, you can see some of the other things that are going on. Here's a bunch of culinary students. You've got these outdoor stalls selling pillows, food, hot dogs. This looks like a student lounge, and it looks like a staff lounge next door, and then you got bathrooms over here. You can see these are clown students and culinary students. Got a professor, the night student, culinary student. I don't remember. This might be the spy. I think there's a spy student. This is the jousting. They have the practice area, and they've got the jousting is done over here. And I believe there's a dragon in the castle, and you can go fight the dragon. This is obviously archery. They're practicing with the dummies. Yeah, so now we're getting more into the gameplay. Here's an example of jousting. This is, I believe it's the clown class. You see it's got blue and red, which implies chemistry, and chemistry obviously is romance. And it comes out pink or purple. This is a wizardry class. You've got another wizardry class, which might be witchcraft. You've got the dormitory here. This is obviously the medieval theme. This is an example where some students are fighting and the janitor is using a super squirter to spray the student. Culinary class. This is a lecture hall. Jousting. I don't remember what this is. I really apologize. Culinary class, and that is it. We're going to go back to the first page because I skipped it. Over here, you can see that there's a clown, a wizard, a knight. I believe this is called the spy. There's a cheerleader, culinary, something like an archaeology student, an athlete. This is also an athlete. Don't know what the guy on the left is. Musician. I don't know which one is the virtual reality student. You got a punk guy over here. Somebody hiding in the back. Maybe the nerd on the right is a virtual reality student. Okay, so that's basically it. And if you have any questions or comments, please post below. Go to cheapbooks.cc. Look for video games, business management, 2 Point Campus. Surely I will have more content as time goes by. And look for my other 2 Point Campus videos on my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.